Hello everyone, and welcome back to Naven Gaming, where today we are going to be playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I debated about having a second series on the channel while I'm playing Fire Emblem Engage, and I've decided that I could probably juggle it, actually. And I think it's necessary, because if I'm gonna have a if I'm gonna be playing a game that for right now I totally suck at and probably will continue to suck at, then I might as well play a game where I'm at least competent in, or at least something that's actually, enjoyable to watch and that's fun for a ride. Alright. It was either Mass Effect Legendary Edition or Alien Isolation. I ultimately chose Mass Effect Legendary Edition simply because, well, I mean, it's a less taxing series compared to any other potential series I could do. I mean, like what, start a P5 series? I could also play a Resident Evil game, but I feel like the remakes and are a little pretty much they've been one and done already. I think everyone's seen the remakes as it is. But maybe one of these days I'll play through those two. Just not right now. Either way, I could also play through like maybe some older titles, but I would need to get consoles for those and also find a way to get the older games. I may even need to emulate them for all the fuck I know. So, yeah, debatable. But yeah, that's going to be the more difficult aspect of it, and right now my channel's currently in its infancy, so without further ado, let's just get into it. Now, Mass Effect is one of, well, I mean, as the name states, it's a very legendary title. And it's legendary for one simple reason, because it's made by BioWare. Back when BioWare actually meant shit. There it is. Yes, so. Yeah, I haven't not touched this game with this account yet, so very fresh on this account. Alrighty, so all that said, let's get into it. We'll start with the first game, of course, and work our way down. So, yes, this series is kind of long, but I've played this game enough times to where it's fun. Even if it's long, it's fun. And besides, it's more suitable for a 2-hour burst than, or even a 3-hour burst than, say, a fucking 6-hour one. My goal is to eventually be able to do a 6-hour episodic run of The Witcher 3, but oh boy, that's gonna be a while out. So, yeah. Start off with Mass Effect 1 and the rest of the Mass Effect series and just really get a sense of this game. Now, for anyone who's never played Mass Effect or has never even heard of Mass Effect, or has maybe have heard of the name Mass Effect but has no idea what the fuck it is, generally speaking, it's a third-person shooter with RPG-light elements. Well, I say light elements, but there are a lot of RPG systems interwoven into this thing. And one of the best parts about Mass Effect is not necessarily its story, but its characters. Alright, we could talk about the greatness that is the story, but the story is only as good because the characters in it are just that good. And the world building in this game series is phenomenal. It's literally legendary for a reason. This title is a very monumental title. It's, even if with its lackluster ending in the third act, and all of the shit that resulted from it, and the inevitable downfall that this series eventually got, it's still a pretty great game, and it's got an impressive journey. From first to second, and even all the way to the final act of third, it's a fucking wild ride. And the Legendary Edition comes with all of its DLC, it comes with all of its subsequent, like, little DLC packs as well. It's a game series that is complete. This is a re-release version of the game series, and it's got everything, and it looks pretty good. They made it into an HD remaster. I think they scaled it up to 4K instead of, like, I'm not too sure about the specs, but point being is that this game is going to be great to jump back into. Now, I've already played this game 3 times. I've already done 3 playthroughs throughout this entire game series already on my actual account. So this is nothing new to me. This isn't about starting a new series. This is about showing you
classified information
the greatness that is this game.
Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
Look at how much effort BioWare originally put into making this game feel very immersive. It's pretty astonishing. Now, I debate on whether I should go with John or Jane Shephard, because, you know, it's obvious that, I mean, it's obvious you can create your own character, but I don't want to go through the bullshit of creating my own character, so we're just gonna go ahead and just do a sort of quick start. But we're just gonna
Please log in.
Maybe not necessarily a quick start, but let's just go ahead. Why not? Some people say it's choony to use your own name, but I honestly don't care. I use my own name for everything. Not my actual name. I always create, like, an alternative name for when I play games that I always stick with. But for this channel, we're gonna stick with my channel name, because of course. So
warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile. Confirm pre-service history.
Here we go. This is all the background questions. Mass Effect will give you a preset background list that go through. As a spacer, both your parents were in the Alliance military. Your childhood was spent on ships at stations as they transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location for more than a few years. Following in your parents' footsteps, you enlisted at the age of 18. You were born and raised on Mindor, a small border colony in the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, slavers raided Mindor, slaughtering your family and friends. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol, and you enlisted with the military a few years later. Earthborn. You were an orphan raised on the streets of great metropolises covering Earth. You escaped the life of petty crime and underworld gains by enlisting with the Alliance military when you turned 18. Now, one thing that you need to understand about these backgrounds is that these three backgrounds serve 2 things. One of them is kind of middle of the road, and the other one is clearly something that's meant to give you a good start, a good head start in having a clean character, whereas the other one is meant to give you a more rugged and sort of, a very modest background, we'll say. And this is all to help paint the picture of what your character will inevitably be remembered and recognized for. And this is all just, again, pre-establishment. Alright, we're not starting off as some newbie Alright, this is a character who's already well established within the lore and context of this game series. We're essentially creating our own hero, whether that hero is someone who is a paragon and is virtuous and honorable, and he's someone who can get shit done without having to take the sort of like the easy way out of all of his conflicts and situations, or someone who is very balls to the wall. He's ruthless. He gets shit done no matter what the costs, and he does anything and everything he can to get the mission done, even at the sacrifice and cost of people's lives. That's what these sort of backgrounds that we're going to go through are supposed to establish. And I know what you're going to ask, but Naven, what sort of playthrough are we going to go through? Well, I've debated this before I even started this recording, and I decided that for this video, I'm going to do something that I don't think very many other channels on YouTube have ever covered. I am going to create the ultimate asshole Shep. We're going to make him the worst of the worst, the wretched hive of scum and villainy incarnate, and we are going to make him the absolute bane of the galaxy. It is going to be hard. I am going to literally kill characters. It is going to be utterly fucking terrifying. But it's going to be so fascinating to see what sort of story could result in such a Shephard. It'll be, oof, this is gonna hurt. So if you ever at any point think that, wow, this is just brutal, yep, you should probably, if it's too brutal, I would suggest go watching somebody else play through this game. They can give you the Paragon run or the middle of the roadway through the game, mixing both decisions, but I am going to go complete asshole. We are going to be the greatest scumbag of the galaxy.
Confirm psychological profile.
But I am going to go through these psychological profiles and these backgrounds just so you can get an idea as to what sort of like, backgrounds and established framings you can get. So, the sole survivor. During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived while all those around you fell, and now you alone are left to tell the tale. War hero. Early in your military career, you found yourself facing an overwhelming enemy force. You risked your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeat the enemy despite the impossible odds. Your bravery and heroism have earned you medals and recognition from the Alliance fleet. Throughout your military career, you have held fast to one basic rule: get the job done. You've been called cold, calculating, and brutal. Your reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you, but when failure is not an option, the military always goes to you first. So yes, these are your established backgrounds. And like I said, we're gonna be complete asshole all the way through. I am literally getting chills just thinking about the future decisions I will have to make, and it is not gonna feel good.
Confirm
I am going to
military
hate this with every fiber of my being, but that's gonna make for some pretty entertaining content, I would imagine. I would think, at least. Now, most people would like to know how these classes work. You do get classes, and this is basically like Star Wars meets, Space Marines, I guess. Not 40K Space Marines, but it's like, I guess, I'm trying to think of the other movie involving Space Marines, but that doesn't matter. Point being is that it's basically like the world of Mass Effect is essentially like Star Wars, but everyone could use the Force if they wanted to, if they got the enhancements to get the Force, and instead of lightsabers, we use guns for everything. It's that's basically what Mass Effect is. And so I've been thinking about the class, and I wasn't too sure what I would use, but I feel like that for a character as brutal and as ruthless as he is, I feel like it would only be sensible to go with like a vanguard or a soldier. And vanguards are essentially biotic warriors. They combine biotics and weapons to take down opponents, and are especially deadly at short range. They specialize in pistols and shotguns, and wear medium armor. Essentially, they're always up in your face, hitting you with the most deadly fucking biotic attacks, and they are just going to demolish you. They are basically like your DPS character, but they're like the heavy hitter type DPS characters. They're like an atomic bomb that explodes in your face. Quite literally, because they have a biotic charge that literally zips you across battlefields just to slam into an opponent before you hit them with a shotgun to the face or a literal biotic charge or some kind of slam. I know the third game gives you a slam, but you can hit them with all kinds of things as a vanguard. It's a bit more unique, but Soldier is a combat specialist, and according to this description, soldiers are combat specialists ideal for the front lines of a firefight. Soldiers have improved health, can specialize in the use of all weapon types, start with the ability to wear medium armor, and can train in the use of heavy armor. Essentially, a soldier is what you would call just your a soldier. It's just, he's a grunt. Or essentially like the most sophisticated marine. This kind of class is essentially all about the guns and all about the arsenal and nothing else. So if you just wanted like a very simple class to start with, this is a pretty easy and simple class to start with. And while I certainly wouldn't mind wanting to delve into one of the more intricate classes, none of them ever really interested me specifically. Like, I can't imagine a situation where I would ever want to create an engineer Commander Shephard, but an adept Shephard maybe, but I definitely did make an infiltrator, and Sentinel is just a combination of tech and biotics, and I'm not down with that kind of playstyle. Just powers only? No. I would rather have a gun and some type of power than no gun at all. And it's not like you won't get a gun. It's just that you're not going to be very specialized in the use of the gun or any gun. I don't like that. So, yeah, enough fapping about. It's already 18 minutes into the video. Let's go ahead and just get started. I am going to choose not the Vanguard. We are going to play as the Soldier. Because I just... You know what? Screw it. I'm already playing a Vanguard on my actual account. But for the purposes of just being badass and wanting to feel like a badass, I'll be a Vanguard. Then again, we are going to get a character in the second game that's going to be sort of like that, but... Yeah, fuck it.
Confirm facial identification.
Just gonna go with what I think is gonna be great. Alright. Change appearance or confirm appearance. Now, of course, changing appearance, you get presets, you can choose, this is the character customization in its entirety. Right here. And if you ever wanted to save, here's an interesting little detail. If you wanted to ever save your character's look, this code right here, all you have to do is just remember these digits, write them down if you have to, and then just re-put the digits the next time you come back. It's that simple. So, with that being said, let's get out of
Confirm
this,
facial identification.
because we are going to go with basic bitch Commander Shephard. Because I'm not going to sit here and take the time to fucking, you know, tweak away at character customization. So, let's go ahead and hit it.
Profile reconstruction complete.
Alright, Nathan Shephard, Earthborn, Ruthless, and is a soldier. Let's do it. Let us go.
Identification confirmed.
Alright. Combat difficulty, veteran. Because I've already played this fucking game enough. Alright. Auto level up, squad only. I never cared to level up everyone. I always just end up having the game do the leveling because I get tired of staring at menus. I'm gonna be honest. I'll turn on the subtitles because I know people do like subtitles. Okay, squad power usage, defensive. Squad AI will not use any talents unless ordered by the player. Defensive squad AI will only use powers to protect themselves or others. Will use all available talents. I might as well should just dictate what they do and don't do. Alright. And because there are different types of, you know, the game has been, all these games have been restructured to some degree. So the level scaling is somewhat switched up depending on, you know, like what version of the game you would like to play. In classic mode, the original 1 to 60 level range will be used instead of the new 1 to 30 level range. Experience and talent points progression remains the same, but the number of levels is doubled. So that's just the classic. That's just the classic. In the original game, it was just 1 to 60, but with this legendary version, it's the 1 to 30, and that makes sense because in later games you start off basically at level 20 or 30, anyways. I think, if I remember correctly. I think in the third game it starts you off as 1. I don't remember, or maybe that game starts you off at a sizable level, but I don't remember. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna go with legendary mode, and let's just get right into it. Actually, finally get right into it.
Well, what about Shephard? Earthborn, but no record of his family.
Doesn't have one. He was raised on the streets, learned to look out for himself.
He got most of his unit killed on Torfin.
He gets the job done, no matter what the cost.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
In the year 2148, explorers on Mars discovered the remains of an ancient spacefaring civilization. In the decades that followed, these mysterious artifacts revealed startling new technologies enabling travel to the furthest stars. The basis for this incredible technology was a force that controlled the very fabric of space and time. They called it the great discovery in human history, the civilization of the galaxy. Call it Mass Effect. God, that is so hard to get through if you try to enunciate.
The Arcturus Prime relay is in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander?
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot. Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. approach run has begun.
Oh man. I remember playing this game on my older TV. I got a new TV prior to playing the first game.
In 3, 2, 1.
It just looks so good on this new TV. Anyways,
Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead, so that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
yeah, that's more true than you think it is, especially nowadays. Anyways, one thing that I'm going to mention, I also found, I looked it up, and I was also messing with the settings, and I found the option to tweak the noise suppression for my microphone. So hopefully you don't hear much of anything in the background. You'll probably still hear me opening and drinking the bottle, but otherwise, you know, you're not going to hear much of anything else in the background, or at least less sounds of it, which I hope that's good. I hope it's really good, because according to the thing when I was doing it, it was saying like you do not have the right type of audio essentially you don't have the right up-to-date audio configuration, devices or configuration to be able to do this efficiently. And so we'll see just how effective it is, I guess. So yeah, I am trying to minimize noise. I realized in my Fire Emblem Engage playthroughs that the noise, it is there, and it is pervasive. It kind of detracts at times. Anyways, this is our dialogue choices. It's pretty simple. Top is good, middle is milquetoast, and bottom is just straight, let's just be an asshole. And, of course, because of the playthrough, let's be an asshole.
That's enough. You're soldiers. Act like it.
Sorry, Commander.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance Brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shephard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
Great. You pissed the captain off, and now I'm going to pay for it.
Don't blame me. The Captain's always in a bad mood.
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
Alright. And now we jump right into the gameplay. Alright. Now I apologize, but before we continue on, have to make some quick choices here. Let's see. Just go ahead and get those basic things out of the way. Alright, we're gonna go into my settings, graphics. What are my graphics? Favorite quality, motion, okay, yeah. Good. Calibrations. Calibrations. Now we're good. Wait, is HDR on? I would think HDR is on. I'm not calibrating the graphics that hard. Let's see. Dialogue volume, sound effects, music. We're gonna go ahead and adjust sound effects a tad. Put sound effects to 75. I don't want to just completely erase music, so we're just gonna go ahead and set them all to 75 except for dialogue. Can't have the dialogue being overpowered by action. Alright, these are the settings from... What the fuck was that? Enable tutorials? Preset tutorials? I mean, I don't need tutorials, but I'll keep them there just as a refresher. You never know. Adjust controller inputs. I don't need to adjust controller inputs. I played this game enough times to know how it plays, at least by some muscle memory, for God's sake. Alright.
I just saw him. He marched by like he was on a mission.
He's a Spectre. They're always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged, right along with him.
Relax, Presley. You're gonna give yourself an ulcer.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper, less chance of security leaks too. Plus there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
A full crew makes sense. We need the extra hands in case anything goes wrong. And the Spectre is just here as an observer.
Well, maybe you're right, Commander, but I just can't shake this feeling that we're out here on false pretenses.
You don't trust Nihilus?
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War, lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
Nihilus is no ordinary Turian.
You've got that right, Commander. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
Info's on a need-to-know basis, Presley. Just follow the orders you're given.
Understood, Commander.
Alrighty.
I grew up on Eden Prime, Doc. It's not the kind of place Spectres visit. There's something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
That's crazy. The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
Marines are meant to fight. You just fix us up when we're done.
I know how things work, Commander. I've seen my share of combat, but it's foolish to go looking for trouble. You could both take a lesson from the captain. He's not afraid of combat, but he knows the value of restraint, too.
Sorry, Doc, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
I think I will lessen my volume just a tad. I'll move it back to 8.0 because I just don't want my voice to be too overpowering. Especially out of the gameplay. I value gameplay. I value the gameplay more than I value my own damn self.
Do your job, follow my orders, and there won't be any problems.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on Torfin. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
This mission isn't about personal glory, Corporal. We have a job to do. Don't do anything stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, sir. I'm not gonna screw this up.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
How do you control agents with unlimited power?
I suppose the Council could revoke the Spectre status of an agent who got out of hand. At that point, Citadel Security Services would take over.
Those C-Sec grunts wouldn't stand a chance. The Spectres were 20 ordinary soldiers. The Spectres police themselves. An agent goes rogue, they send another agent to take him down. That's Spectre justice.
The Corporal's confusing romantic legends with reality, Commander.
Oh boy, if only you knew. On another note, fucking, that sounds like the Wild West right there. What the hell? Who the hell would organize something like that? I can understand the idea behind having agents that are at your beck and call that operate outside the law and only answer to you specifically, but it's a little much. It's a little much.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
In case anyone asks, no, I don't think I will be reading the Codex entries, because that would just take up way too much fucking time, and I'm already considering making this into a 3-hour playthrough.
Commander Shephard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
The captain said he'd meet me here.
He's on his way. I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
I'm a Marine, not some tourist on vacation.
It's more than just a tourist destination, isn't it, Shephard? Eden Prime is a symbol of your people. A perfect little world on the edges of your territory. Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it, really?
Are you trying to scare me, Spectre?
Your people are still newcomers, Shephard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
I already figured that out.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
I don't like being kept in the dark, Captain.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shephard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Ah, yes, the politics. The best part about the Mass Effect series.
Why didn't we keep the beacon for ourselves?
You humans don't have the best reputation. Some species see you as selfish, too unpredictable, too independent, even dangerous.
Shit,
Sharing
they got
that
us
beacon
down.
will improve relations with the Council. Plus, we need their scientific expertise. They know more about the Protheans than we do.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shephard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Since when do we answer to the Spectres?
You're smart enough to know how things work, Commander. The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
I was impressed when I studied the reports from Torfin. A grim business, but you got the job done. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shephard. I only care that you can do the job.
That's an interesting thing to note. Turians are essentially a very by-the-books, honor-bound kind of race in the galaxy. They are essentially the one race that has the most discipline and also the most powerful military force in the Milky Way galaxy. They are essentially a very, very competent race of sentient beings. And with that said, let's just go ahead and continue.
I don't like people making decisions about my future.
This isn't about you, Shephard. Humanity needs this. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology. Even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Oh boy.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need...
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold.
Even for an old game, the amount of
Tell
detail
Alenko and
is
Jenkins to
great.
suit up, Commander. You're going in.
I like that the little mandibles on his face moved when he saw the
Engaging
fucking
stealth
ship.
systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
I don't like putting my life in the hands of a Turian, sir.
Nihilus is on our side. He wants you in the Spectres, and he wants that beacon.
Ready and able, sir.
The mission's yours now, Shephard. Good luck!
We are approaching drop point 2.
Here we go.
Ship perimeter secured, Commander.
This place got hit hard, Captain. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
Yes, that's the best part. One of the best features they added to the first game, a constant sprint function. In the original game, you couldn't even sprint. There was combat sprints, but it was strictly for combat. And it was the speediest and yet most ridiculous sprint I had ever seen. Because it was so brief. No, not Jenkins. Anything but Jenkins. Oh no. Leroy Jenkins is gone. Sorry to say.
Ripped right through his shields. Never had a chance.
Leave him. We need to finish the mission.
Aye, aye, sir.
Yep, mission's more important. We have to finish the mission.
I've got some burned out buildings here, Shephard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Alright. There's all kinds of loot around here. One metagel. I just like guns. What kind of abilities do I have? Let's map it. I get that they need to give me tutorial prompts because it's technically my first time on this account to play through this game, but it's like I don't need them. could just turn them off. Maybe I will. Well, fuck that guy. Oh boy, better save that survivor. Boy, I remember the aiming being kind of ass in the original game.
I didn't think I was gonna make it.
God, imagine if I was playing on a different class.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
I need a status report, now.
Oh, man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
You just left the rest of your unit behind to die?
We held our position as long as we could. The Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
Lieutenant Alenko and I will take care of this.
Let me come with you, sir. The Geth slaughtered my unit. Give me a chance to get even.
She knows the area, Commander, and we could use the extra firepower.
Just don't forget who's in charge.
Understood, Commander. You give the orders and I'll follow them.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Move out.
Alright, that out of the way, let's get back to it. I'm aware game. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Alrighty.
The beacon's at the far end of this trench.
Oh boy, first piece of armor. Who can wear it? Ah, yes. The old armor system. The old armor and inventory system. Boy, oh boy, I do not miss it. Alright. Take point. We're gonna maneuver on up. Nice and slow like. switched guns, but we're good. Everything's fine. And new guns.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
Let's get moving. Williams, where's the camp?
It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Change of plans, Shephard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Whoa, why am I suddenly using a sniper rifle?
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
Oh, that was a
Good
frag.
place for an ambush. Keep your guard up.
Fucking frag in the background.
Oh God, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
Who knows? Let's just kill him. Gun him down. Holy crap, is these guns loud. Zombies. Shotguns are always effective against zombies. Best weapons, hands down.
That door, it's closed. Security lock's engaged.
Alright. Exit that out. Basically just Simon Says.
Humans, thank the Maker.
Hurry, close the door before they come back.
How did you end up in this shed?
We hid here during the attack. They must have come here for the beacon. Luckily, it wasn't here. It was moved to the spaceport earlier this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
I mean, if you went through something like this, you'd probably go a little nutty. Just a little. I'll reconcile that.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the destroyers, bringers of darkness, heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network, remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please, this isn't the time.
Yes, this is not the time.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here,
before the attack. That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry. Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
I see.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to
So
see the
people
future?
think.
To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Say goodnight, Manuel.
You cannot silence the truth. My voice must be heard.
Oh my God! What did you do?
That might have been a little extreme, Commander.
You can't just go around whacking people in the head.
It was only a matter of time until he did something crazy and dangerous.
I suppose you're right. By the time he wakes up, the meds will have kicked in.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
Good luck, Commander.
I like how conversations and situations in conversations are just one and done. In the end, she just acts like she gets into a big tiffy about it, and then just immediately is just like, oh well, he had it coming, I guess. You're right. She just so quickly accepts it.
Saren.
Nihilus.
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
What is that? Off in the distance.
It's a ship. Look at the size of it.
Man, these graphics do this scene justice. And the sun ray effects are just great. Alright. This asshole. Don't make me come up there. I don't want to I don't want to trigger the cutscene. Don't make me go over there. Alright, fine. It probably won't even trigger because he's still alive anyways. I just don't want to have to fucking deal with the cutscene. Alright. Nothing else around.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out, we're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
Nobody moves a muscle until we know who you are.
Nice going, Cole. I told you we should have stayed hidden.
It's okay. We're all on the same side here. We're just farmers. We've been hiding ever since that ship first showed up.
What else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned. Only it was coming from inside your own head.
Talking about that noise, that really loud, annoying, reverberating sound that it makes. That sounds like a fucking muffled ass fucking microphone going off. Yeah, it's I kinda know what that noise is like. Attack details. Beacon.
Do you know anything about the Prothean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
Did I already hit that one? I feel like I already did.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez, Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
If there's something you're not telling me...
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring. Nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
No, really?
You greedy bastard. You weren't running for your life. You were running to check on your merchandise.
No, it's not like that. I just knew there were some packages here, something we could use. I found a pistol. Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
No. No. You're gonna give everything to us. Alright, here it is. Our first red dialogue choice in the game. Our first affinity choice. And it's to just essentially bleed this man dry of all of his illegal goods. Let's do it.
I'm only gonna ask this once. Think long and hard before you lie to me again. Are you sure all you've got is one lousy pistol?
Wait, I just remembered. I just had it in my pocket. You might as well take that too. That's everything, really.
Who's your contact at the spaceport, Cole? What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
Oh. Oh, there's more to it now.
Would you rather be a snitch or a corpse?
Powell. His name's Powell.
No honor among thieves.
That's all I know, really. So let's try to keep things friendly from here on in, okay?
I have to go.
Good luck.
I have to go. I pulled a gun out on you and I scammed you for everything that you had. But I gotta go. God, I love this game. And it's horrendously just like poorly paced dialogue sequences. Alrighty. Yep. Alright. Equipment, because I got new shit now. I like accuracy a lot. Cooldown reduction. Combat sensor. I mean, why not? It's the only one. No one can wear any of the armor that we got. Caden's biotic, you get a better use of the pistol. I mean, it does more damage, why not? Alrighty. Now let's go investigate the shipyard. Oh boy. There he is. Poor old Nihilus.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
I like the way you hid behind those crates during the fight. Really helped us out. Thanks a lot.
Me? But I'm just a dock worker. I don't even have a weapon. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
No excuse, you should have helped out.
What the hell are you talking about?
There were two Turians here. Your friend and another one he called Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
You could say that he never saw it coming. Terrible reference. Terrible. Stop it.
We were told a Prothean beacon was brought to the spaceport. What happened to it?
It's over on the other platform. Probably where that guy Saren was headed. He hopped on the cargo train right after he killed your friend. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
You're Cole's contact here on the docks. For the smuggling ring.
What? No! I mean, what does it matter now? So I'm a smuggler, who cares? My supervisor's dead, the entire crew's dead. Doesn't matter now, does it?
Anything hidden nearby that we could use against the Geth?
A shipment of grenades came through last week. Nobody notices if a few small pieces go missing from the military orders.
You greedy son of a bitch. We're out here trying to protect your sorry ass, and all you can think about is how you can rip us off?
I never thought you'd actually need those grenades. Who'd want to attack Eden Prime? We're just a bunch of farmers. How was I supposed to know?
Hand over those grenades. Now.
They're yours. Take them. My smuggling days are over, I swear.
Oh, I can't wait to see what this is gonna do.
Too many people died here for you to start jerking me around.
Okay, all right. There was something else. Could be worth a fortune. Experimental technology, top of the line. Take it. I don't need it. I didn't want anyone to get hurt. Really, I'm sorry.
And you better start talking a little bit more, because otherwise you're gonna get a fucking thermal clip to the face. Well, particularly, you're going to get a lot of thermal bullets to the face. I'm not even sure if they're bullets. What kind of ammo is in thermal clips? That's actually a good question. Anyways, the attack.
Tell me about the Geth attack.
It was quick. 1 minute that ship was descending, the next, those Geth were swarming over the platform. Thousands of them. They must have been inside that mothership. They shot anything that moved. It was a massacre.
The Geth didn't see you? Because you were hiding behind the crates. We already know.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the beacon?
They brought it here this morning. We loaded it up onto the train and shipped it to the other platform. Hard to believe that was only a few hours ago. Feels like a whole other life.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
I've never seen anything like it before. It was huge. Landed over near that platform. The whole place got dark as it came down. And it was making this noise, this sound that bored right into your brain. That's what woke me up. The attack came a few minutes later.
You were sleeping? I thought you were working here on the docks.
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
You survived because you're lazy?
You ditch work. Then you cower back here and do nothing while the Geth butcher everyone else.
I don't even have a gun. What was I supposed to do? Run out there and die? I couldn't save them. Nobody could. It was horrible.
Liar. I know you smuggle goods already. We've established this. You had guns. You could have defended everyone else, including yourself, but no, you cowered away behind these crates like a fucking nobody. Out of sight, out of mind is probably what was going through your mind. You really are just a pathetic little weasel. And yes, I am role-playing the character. That is exactly what this Shepherd would say.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Especially since he was holding grenades. Like, shit, really, man? You couldn't throw fucking grenades? It's like the most useful thing you could do. Oh, not this guy. No. Come on. There we go. Anyone else? Got a sniper rifle with your name on it. Alright, fine. Skip the sniper rifle, get right to back to the shooting. A little finicky. Killed all the Geth. Now we just gotta move on up and take this tram right to the damn beacon.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
Oh boy. Here we go. It's a race against time. Defuse all the bombs while fighting off a small horde of Geth. Let's go. Here we go.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down!
You two cover me while I do this. Better get into cover. Oh, that's a fucking shotgun. And of course we got a jammer. Come on, it's the last one. All right. Gotta check around sometimes. You never know where you'll find crates and shit. Oh boy, I don't like that sound. All right. Now to loot everything. Alrighty. Of course the combat run is faster, or at least feels faster. Alright, here we go. Let's see what this beacon has in store for us.
Normandy, The beacon is secure.
This is
Request
amazing.
immediate
Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up. Something must have activated it.
I wouldn't get too
Roger,
close to
Normandy.
that.
Standing by.
God damn it, Ashley. Better save her, dumbass. Get out of here.
Shepherd!
No, don't touch it! Too dangerous.
Well, rip that beacon.
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
Nice shot. And also, if you watch that scene in the original game,
Dr. Chakwas, I think he's waking up.
His voice was so muted that it was funny, actually. it was so funny.
You had us worried there, Shepherd. How are you feeling?
Let's see, how am I feeling? I'm not feeling too great.
Like the morning after shore leave. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
I expect better of my people, Williams. You endangered our entire mission.
Don't be so hard on her, Commander. We have no idea if that's what actually set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
I don't suppose it occurred to you that Eden Prime has medical facilities?
Listen, you're better off in this infirmary than in any hospital on Eden Prime. Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death? Destruction? Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shephard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Yes, in private. I just realized
Sounds like that
something.
beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
Just, give me a second. I just realized that... Let's see. Yes. What would this do? sure what this is doing. I could fuck around with these settings later, but... Okay, anyways, sorry about that. I just, I never realized that that the picture quality on my recording is actually pretty fucking, it's pretty fucking color correction. Oh, whoa. Okay, no, we don't need it that bad. Q shift. Oh, whoa. Okay. Okay, we're basically just abusing the settings now. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that is terrifying. Okay. Okay. Default. Dispose. Alright. Anyways, sorry about that. I don't need to do this mid recording. I look at the recording and I look at my TV and I'm like, well, that doesn't look like the quality that I see on my TV. So I was attempting to see if I can somehow correct that, and I'm finding that that is going to be an arduous task. So no. Anyways, let's move on.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
Chief Williams isn't part of the Normandy crew.
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
I don't want her on my ship.
I'm the captain of this ship, Commander, and I want Williams on our crew.
Well, maybe I don't want her on my crew. How do you feel about that, Commander? I mean, Captain. Shit. I feel bad about Jenkins? No. No. Our Commander Shephard's an asshole. He doesn't feel bad about anything.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shephard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
The Council can kiss my ass. I won't let them blame me for losing the beacon. I didn't do anything wrong.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shephard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
In short, it's racism. This entire galaxy is essentially xenophobic about other races, particularly against humanity, because they're still new to the whole thing, and other cultures and races have yet to fully embrace the introduction of humanity into the Milky Way galaxy. So yeah, there's a bit of uncertainty involving humanity and its place in the galaxy, but really it's just no one trusts humankind because because humanity tends to, well, favor its own interests, and that's understandable why, because I mean, If anyone ever bothers to look at our history and actually pays attention to the kind of shit that humanity gets up to, well, yeah, of course you'd be a bit skeptical. I'd be skeptical too. I certainly would fucking be skeptical, and I'm a fucking human. It ain't racist if I'm calling myself skeptical. Anyways, I'm not sure. A vision?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
This dialogue literally does
We
not
need to
change no
report
matter
this
which
to
of
the
the
council,
options you choose. He literally says the same line, regardless of what dialogue choice you chose in that moment. He just says the same shit.
They'll think I'm crazy.
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
A real bona fide racist. A rogue specter gone terrorist. And also racist. The racism part is just the icing on top of it, because there's nothing more despised in the current political climate of today and in the world than a literal racist. Yep. They're up there with murderers, sex pests, and kitty diddlers. Yep. Everyone's favorite person to bash is always a racist. I can think of so many things that are wrong with the world that a fucking racist is the least of your concerns, especially today. Like, bruh, you want to complain about racism? Have you seen the shit that people get up to these days? You seen the problems that I'm seeing? I think we have two different priorities. Anyways, enough of that. Before it gets too political. Now, let's move on.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
When have they ever done anything for humanity?
If we expose Saren as a traitor, the Council will revoke his Spectre status. I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Alright, that's done and over with. And now we get to explore the Normandy for the first time.
Commander. After what happened to Jenkins, the crew could use some good news. They'll be glad to hear you're okay.
You're not assigned to this ship.
Captain Anderson had me transferred to his command. Must have figured I knew what I was doing.
You have a problem with me, Chief?
You questioned my competence through the entire mission.
Best way to stop that is to show me you're competent. But I don't remember inviting you to come back to the ship with us.
You didn't. Captain Anderson did.
I need to go speak with Joker.
Goodbye, Commander.
Fucking I'm so done. That shit is so funny. No matter how many times I'm gonna see it. Oh my god. Just asshole done.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Fuck. Anyways.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Cool.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission, but he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
God damn, he is lucky. Those are that kind of wavering symptoms just looming in the background of anyone who gets an L2 implant. That's like, and the most you get is fucking migraines. Jesus, you really won the fucking lottery there. You really won the lottery there, mate.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
I.e., Captain Anderson is essentially what Commander Shephard could be if enough, given enough time and effort you put into fleshing out your character and building him up. I actually think that Anderson makes a pretty interesting foil for Commander Shephard, and they do share a pretty interesting bond as the series goes on, but that's just something to look forward to.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
If I can fucking find words to talk.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Oh, good. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to talk to you at all. Nothing personal against Caden, but he's by far the least liked of the human characters in the game. I'm sorry, my phone just went off. I forgot to mute it. Anyways, he's the least liked characters in the entire Mass Effect series. And I'm not even joking when I say that. I definitely believe that he is one of the least liked out of all of the cast of characters in this game series. Like, even Ashley is better than Caden, because at least she's got a fucking background that's at least interesting, even though it's mostly just familial girl gossip and mixed with like a side of what everyone considers to be racism. But I'm not gonna touch that just yet. We're just gonna go ahead and just talk to Anderson, and then when the time comes, we will touch upon the Ashley.
Go speak to Joker when you're ready. Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
Alright, never mind. In that case, we're gonna go talk to Joker instead. In fact, I think I will just go run straight to Joker, because I don't want to deal with talking to anyone right now. The only other person I could talk to is Presley, and I don't think Presley's got anything interesting to say either.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
Yep, figured. Alright. Plus, my Commander Shephard wouldn't give a shit about that kind of thing. He doesn't care about checking up on the crew, he just cares about getting shit done.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Joker is by far the best character in the entire Mass Effect series. He's also one of the only few characters who canonically is in every Mass Effect game. And he's consistently there to give us nice, funny quips and jokes for every little tidbit and detail, including missions. Also, goddamn, this space station.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy.
Joker's right.
Clearance granted. You may begin your approach.
Size doesn't
Transferring
matter.
you to an Alliance operator.
It's about
Roger,
the white
Alliance
hot
Tower,
plasma
Normandy
that
out.
fires out of it.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to
Done.
dock 422.
I'm done. The obvious pervy joke was obvious.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Seren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Seren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Seren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
I'm not gonna sit on my ass just because the Council doesn't want to do anything. If they won't stop Seren, I will.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Seren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shephard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Everybody does, Ashley. Everybody does. Nobody likes politicians. They're probably a close second to fucking lawyers. They're some of the worst people on this fucking planet. Anyways, moving on. If it's one renegade choice that I am not gonna regret, it's fucking with the Council. The Council, at some point, they just deserve it. They're just asking for it. Like, there's only so much bullshit you can throw in someone's way to give them the red tape and have them to go through many hoops just to get what they want before you can literally just sit there and just be like, yeah, no. Fuck you. I don't need your help if this is how this is gonna be. Alliance Patrol Report. Captain Hendrickson reported some unusual energy readings during a patrol of the Argos Rho cluster. She had particular concerns about the Hydra system, but was recalled before her team could investigate further. No patrols are scheduled for that sector. Do we want to send in a recon team? Yep, this is how we find a lot of our side quests, and it's not fun. This is the least fun part about the Mass Effect 1 game. It's literally finding side quests through a bunch of fucking text.
My reputation is at stake. I spoke with the consort in confidence, and her pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups. Though we are always welcoming to outsiders, our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
That's the very polite way of saying, you're a fucking asshole, just shut up.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
Earth Clan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Din. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, Earth Clan?
He's got a real chip on his shoulder.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, Earth Clan.
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
In other words, they're essentially this game's version of dwarves, but instead of being brawny, they're just really, really plump and rotundish, I guess. They're just plump and rotund, and can barely do anything.
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
Uh-huh.
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
I see, I see.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, Earth Clan.
Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
I wasn't even paying attention to it. I just walked over to ask if you needed me to help you with anything, and you're just suddenly like, "Oh, you overheard that? Oh no!" It's like, how the fuck would you know? Consort?
Who's this Asari consort?
Curious, you have not heard. You must be new to the Citadel. Everyone knows Sha'ira, the consort. I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Where can I find the Sasari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human.
Gotcha. Maybe we'll go and do just that. Boy, oh boy. Alright, we're about to hit that 2-hour mark.
Good day, Commander. The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the right.
You know who I am?
Yes, I receive reports on all newly arrived dignitaries and notable people.
What's your name? What do you do here?
My name is Saphiria. I'm the administrative assistant for the embassies.
You seem to be distracted.
The embassies are the hub of all Citadel politics. When you represent trillions of citizens, it tends to get a little busy.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
Yes, I should be going, instead of talking to these randoms.
I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic.
Boy, oh boy. Oh, you're just stuck behind the door. Okay, Caden. Weirdo.
Commander Shephard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
Have we met before?
No, but I know you well enough. I'm Executor Palin, head of CSEC. It's my job to know when someone like you arrives on the Citadel. Was there something you needed, Commander?
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the Council, or so they like to be called. More like the underhanded side of the Council.
What do you have against the Spectres?
I can't abide any organization that considers itself above the law. Especially when it's left up to each individual Spectre to decide when and how to bend the rules.
Sometimes you have to bend the law to keep people safe.
I've been with CSEC for 30 years. I've never had to break the law to do my job, not once.
Yeah, right. You expect us to believe none of your officers are corrupt?
There are over 200,000 CSEC agents. Some of them are going to be bad. But we don't turn a blind eye to corruption like the Spectres do. We do our best to find and punish any officer who breaks the law. Spectres. They'll never come under that kind of scrutiny.
Tell me about CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel. We're a civilian government agency, though many of our members have had military training. Of course, as the CSEC representative to the Council, I spend most of my time liaising between the two.
Tell me about your investigation into Saren.
Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit of giving out details about ongoing investigations.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
Boy, oh boy. Diplomatic advisory warning. The following message was transmitted from an untraceable account to multiple recipients across the extranet. Furthermore, monitoring of this situation is warranted. My fellow biotic, you have been selected to receive this transmission because of our shared plight. Few understand us. Few will tolerate us. We must stand together. We must build our own new world. Come, join us in the Hawking Ada cluster, blah. Only as one body can we right the wrongs done to our kind. Another side quest obtained. Boy, oh boy.
Don't believe the rumors. The consort would never reveal her secrets.
Of course she wouldn't. She'd be tossed out the nearest airlock if she did.
I suppose. What do you want? Oh, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Relax, Private. This isn't an inspection.
Right, sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... That is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you, Fredericks?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Thanks, kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is.
Yep. Especially with fraternizing with the opposite sex or other species of this galaxy, because boy oh boy, that's a bit of a minefield there. Of course, this is Mass Effect, so no one actually really gives a shit about that sort of thing, and most of the time it's just fine, and people treat that kind of interaction all, well, about what you would normally expect if you had fucking common sense, but in the modern era, nobody has that.
Hello, Commander. Can I get you something?
You know who I am?
Your arrival created a bigger-than-average stir among the diplomats and hangers-on around here. There's always something new happening around here. I could fill you in on some points of interest if you'd like.
What's going on around here?
Well, you found the embassies, not much going on here. Across the bridge, you'll find the bank, the Emporium, and Shaira's. If you haven't heard of her, you soon will. If you need supplies, you can try the markets one level below. For entertainment, I'd try Flux or Cora's Den.
Goodbye.
So long, Commander. Have a pleasant day.
Yep, this is the slowest part of the game.
This place seems strange. I wish there were more humans around.
But I wouldn't be doing my job if I wasn't smelling all the sights, seeing all the sights and smelling all the roses, you know? It's gotta get through a lot of that shit.
Allow me to be your guide.
Let's go see what this Shaira is all about. Going the wrong way.
I've had my office rearranged 5 times now.
5 times? Why?
Welcome. I am Nailina. I don't recognize you as one of our expected clients today. Would you like me to see when the consort will be able to meet with you?
Can't I just go in?
I'm afraid not. Yeah, you must understand there are many who seek the consort services. But if you wish to leave your name, she'll make every effort to meet with you.
What is the consort? What does she do?
It's difficult to explain. She's many things to many people, and something different for each. Some seek her for advice, some for entertainment, others still for pleasure. Most of the time, our clients won't realize what they were seeking until after she has provided it for them.
So in other words, she's just a fancier form of, she's just a fancy, mystical, indeed, hooker, I guess. I wouldn't use the term hooker, but slut isn't that great either. I'd say temptress, seductress, but I don't think there's a respectful way to put this. It's very obvious what she is, but at the same time, her capacity for satiating her clients clearly extends beyond the realms of just sexual gratification. Certainly.
You make her sound like some kind of oracle.
No, not in the usual sense. She's merely a woman with remarkable compassion and a generous spirit. I suggest you make an appointment and see for yourself.
Alright, fine.
Can't I just go in?
I'm afraid not. But if you wish to leave your name, she'll make every effort to meet with
Fine.
you.
Commander Shephard, with the Alliance Navy.
Excellent. You should hear something in 3 or 4 months.
Nobody's worth that much of a wait.
Well, that's not for me to judge. I have your name and you'll be contacted. Is there anything else?
I think I'm done here.
Oh, well, I hope you'll return again in the future. We always enjoy seeing new clients.
Nelina.
Yes, Shaira?
Send the commander up to see me. I wish to speak with him.
Yes, of course, mistress.
Hubba hubba.
It appears the consort has taken notice of you. She'd like to meet with you now.
Why?
What does she want to see me for?
I don't know. You'll have to ask her yourself. Just head upstairs. She'll be waiting for you.
Oh boy.
This is my first time. I can't believe I didn't come sooner.
You're with the Alliance? My brother's a private back on Earth.
Whoop. Walking into a wall. Holy crap. Alright. There she is.
That is close enough, Commander. I've heard a great many things about you since your arrival here in our citadel.
I don't like people spying on me.
I apologize, Commander. I make it my business to know when important people arrive on the station. Many of them become clients. But that is not why I asked you here. I have a certain problem that could use your expertise.
Get to the point.
I have a friend, Septimus, a retired Turian general. I won't discuss the details, but he wanted me to be more than I could be. We had a falling out. Now he spends his days in Korra's den, drinking and spreading lies about me. If you would speak to him as a fellow soldier, I believe he will listen to you and let the matter be.
Uh-huh. What are you doing?
What happened between you?
I respect his privacy too much to go into the details. If he wishes to tell you what happened, that is his prerogative.
I don't make any promises, but I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Commander. That is all I can ask. Appeal to his sense of honor. Remind him of his position as a general. If you can convince him to stop spreading lies about me, I would be very grateful.
Do you just always
Now I must
hug
ask you to
and
take
touch
your
the
leave.
faces
I have
of
many
people
clients
you
waiting to
just
see
met?
me.
Especially when you're asking favors? Or is it just me? It's probably just me. I mean, Commander Shephard is by far a ladies' man. By and away, by and large, a ladies' man. There's nothing Commander Shephard couldn't do. As this series will eventually go on to show. He can do just about anything that he sets his mind to. Even if it's forced stealth sections.
Greetings and welcome to the Presidium. My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel space station.
So are you a person or a program?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
Give me the tour.
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 3. Here in the financial district, a number of businesses offer various goods and services to their exclusive clientele. The statue you see before you was commissioned to honor the Krogan soldiers who gave their lives to protect Citadel space during the Rachni Wars. In the aftermath of the Krogan rebellions, several embassies petitioned to have the statue removed. However, this motion was eventually quashed by the Council.
Tell me more about the Krogan rebellions.
In recognition of their efforts during the Rachni Wars, the Krogan were granted several new colony worlds by the Council. Over the next 400 years, the Krogan species began to expand. Blessed with an extremely high birth rate, their numbers began to swell. Faced with a critical overpopulation crisis, the Krogan started a violent colonization of nearby worlds inhabited by other Council species. The Krogan rebellions had begun. For a full century, the Council and its member species fought to bring the Krogan under control. With the aid of the newly discovered Turian Empire, they were ultimately successful.
You needed the Krogan to stop the Rachni, then you needed the Turians to stop the Krogan. So who's gonna stop the Turians?
I am sorry, but that question is beyond my programming parameters. The Turians are members of the Citadel Council. They are not a threat to galactic peace.
Why did the Council fight so hard to keep the statue?
The Krogan were instrumental in saving the galaxy from the Rachni threat. The Council believed this historical fact should not be forgotten. The Council also hoped that preserving the memorial would improve diplomatic relations with the Krogan and bring about a peaceful resolution to the rebellions. Unfortunately, the Krogan refused to negotiate and only surrendered after their population and homeworlds had been ravaged by the Turians.
Sounds like they got what they deserved.
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature goes beyond my programming.
What were the Rachni Wars?
Nearly 2,200 years ago, explorers seeking to expand Citadel space opened up mass relays leading to systems controlled by the Rachni. A highly intelligent and aggressive insect race, the Rachni unleashed a war of conquest against the rest of the galaxy that lasted for nearly 3 centuries. The emergence of the Krogan finally turned the tide in favor of the Citadel species. Krogan forces provided the numbers necessary to halt the Rachni advance and drive them back. The Krogan then pursued their retreating fleets. Able to survive the harsh environments of the Rachni homeworlds, the Krogan hunted their enemy to extinction.
Was it really necessary to wipe them out?
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature goes beyond my programming.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
And that was some lore dump right there. But it was a necessary one. I'll only stop for lore dumps if I believe it is necessary for context for the future.
Ah, human. This one is greatly pleased to see you here in my decadent emporium.
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
Why do you refer to yourself as this one and it?
For the same reason that humans are so inquisitive. It is part of our culture. Specifically, Hanar only refer to themselves in the first person with family or intimates. And we rarely do so with other species. It is just our way.
What exactly do you sell?
Only the finest and most luxurious items that credits can buy. This one is able to procure almost any item the human would desire, for a price, naturally.
That doesn't exactly narrow down the list of possibilities.
I'd like to see these rare and wonderful items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be disappointed.
View non-human armors, view upgrades, view standard items. Standard. Alrighty. Guns. Lots and lots of guns. Oh my god, and we do not have any credits at all. We are going to need this, though. The Certa Foundation license. We will need this so we can buy shit on our ship. If you ever play this game, if you go to a vendor and you find a license for a brand, you buy it. It's cheap as fuck, and it'll save you the time of having to travel all the way to fucking to fucking the Citadel to buy shit. Let me tell you.
What's this? One of the Earth Clan. Ah, a very famous one, yes? You are the one called Shephard. You were at Torfan, correct? You led the final assault against the enemy base, if memory serves.
I don't like strangers keeping tabs on me.
Forgive me, Earth Clan. My name is Barla Vaughn. My job makes it necessary for me to keep informed. I am a financial advisor to many important clients here on the Citadel. When someone as important as yourself arrives on the station, I take notice.
Interesting. So, you're a financial advisor.
Tell me more about your job.
Galactic finance is incredibly complex. A mix of laws and regulations from dozens of interstellar economies. I'm an expert in how all these economies interact. For a fee, I share my expertise. I also offer premium services for those clients who need someone to conduct business without drawing unwanted attention. Discreet and efficient. That's my motto.
Well, that sounds highly useful. But I do not think I will be needing your services.
Sounds pretty shady.
Everything I do falls completely within the bounds of interstellar commerce law. Even so, many of my clients would prefer their transactions remain undisclosed. For example, suppose a Hanar ambassador was petitioning the council to reduce tariffs on Hanar goods. How would it look if he had money invested in a Hanar exporting company? Even if his true motives were to help his people, he would be accused of advancing the petition for his own personal gain. I can keep his personal finances private.
Still sounds shady to me.
Then we can only hope he will never be cursed with a large enough fortune to require my services.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Go this way. Let's see. Might as well head to the council tower.
Look at that bug thing over there. What's it doing?
Please do not disturb the keepers. Please do not disturb the keepers.
Fine, fine. Ah, yes, the infamous Mass Effect
The
elevators.
council isn't going to ask me any questions, are they?
I doubt it. We've made our reports. Now we just have to trust Ambassador Udina.
No, we don't, sir.
Oh my god, they have the option to skip it. Best part about it. Alright.
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Commander Shephard, Garrus Vicarian. I was the officer in charge of the CSEC investigation into Saren.
Well, that sounded like it went well then.
Sounds like you came up empty.
Saren's a Spectre. Most of his activities are classified. I couldn't find anything solid. But I know he's up to something. Like you humans say, I feel it in my gut.
I think the Council's ready for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepherd. Maybe they'll listen to you.
That was the funniest joke ever made. Oh boy. This'll be good.
The hearing's already started. Come on.
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel Security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shephard, the one who let the beacon get destroyed.
You're the one who destroyed the beacon. Then you tried to cover it up.
Shift the blame to cover your own failures. Just like Captain Anderson. He's taught you well. But what can you expect from a human?
You can expect me to kill you the next time we meet.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shephard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shephard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
You can't hide behind the Council forever.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shephard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shephard?
Honestly, that's the only thing that makes logical sense about this. So, what's your evidence that in charging Saren with being guilty of potentially wanting to commit acts of terrorism against humanity? I had visions, and Beacon gave me visions, and he wants to use the visions in order to bring about some kind of calamity. Yeah, good story. Anyways, so Saren, about these false charges. Anyways, yeah, it's, this was, not a great plan. Not a great plan. Not a great plan.
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
Sorry for the
The
noise.
Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
Tell me about this history between you and Saren.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
We need to deal with Saren ourselves.
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
He's a Turian. I don't want him on our side.
Not all Turians are like Saren. If he can help, we need to find him. I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shephard will handle this.
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
The ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat.
Okay.
Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way. Innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience. No hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
So would I, Anderson. So would I.
Sometimes 1,000 people must die so 1,000,000 can live.
But only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
Who cares if we get a seat on the Council? What's the big deal?
If the Council passes a ruling on an interstellar matter, we have to follow it. We don't have the fleets or political allies to defy them. Once we get a seat on the Council, we'll be able to influence those rulings, protect our own interests, no more jumping through hoops whenever we want something. Take this mess we're in now. If humanity had a seat on the Council, we'd just send the Citadel fleet out to take care of Saren and his Geth. Problem solved.
Well, that would be true. Kinda.
I want to know more about the Spectres.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
Uh-huh. How are they organized?
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on specific missions. Other times, they act on their own. They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shephard.
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
You can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Spectres aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done, like you. They've been watching you for years. They see something in you. They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give them a final recommendation, but with him gone, things are still up in the air.
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue, like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select their candidates. But when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
Yep, it's just as Leroy said. Good old Jenkins, before he died, he was like, "Oh man, and when the Spectres are out of line, they send another Spectre to take them down. Now that's Spectre justice." It's just like, and Chakwas was just dismissing it, just like, "Oh, that's just a bunch of movie bullshit." And it's just like, well, nope, that's actually true. It's something that actually happens.
They sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about them is classified. We don't even know how many there are. The latest Alliance estimate puts their numbers under 100. But the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense, the final option before open war. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know something big is about to happen.
I should go.
Good luck, Shephard. I'll be over in the Ambassador's office if you need anything else.
Yes, thanks for the exasperatingly just large lore dump that you just dumped at my feet. But yes, all of it necessary. Unique context.
That guy's up to something.
What? What? Oh, no, I wasn't. Never mind. Yes, is there something you want?
Why are you so interested in the Keepers?
Keepers? I've got no interest in the...
Don't get coy. I know what I saw.
I'm not so sure I should be talking to you about this.
We're just talking. Is there something wrong with that?
No. I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm using a small scanner to gather readings on the Keepers. So far I've had mixed results. I find it difficult to get near the creatures.
Why were you being so secretive about it, though?
Well, technically we're not supposed to disturb the Keepers. I don't really think my scanning disturbs them, but the authorities might disagree. I'd like to do it more openly, but it's not really worth getting arrested over.
I could help you out. I'm not worried about the authorities.
I don't even know who you are.
I'm Commander Shephard, with the Alliance military.
Well, I suppose I could use the help. You'll need this. It's the scanning device I developed. Activate it each time you see a Keeper. All collected data will automatically upload to my database. I'll even send a few credits your way for each unique scan.
What are you doing with the data once you've scanned it?
Trying to learn whatever I can about the Keepers. We see them working everywhere, yet we know so little about them. I'm a scientist. I want to know what makes them tick.
I should get going then.
Yes, I have much work myself. So long, and good luck with the scanning.
Alrighty. Side quest after side quest.
No, I'm waiting to speak with one of the Councilor's assistants. Commander?
There's a Keeper. Now, for as long and as sometimes difficult it is to sit through a lot of questions and dialogue, it's surprisingly very knowledgeable. This game is very in-depth with both its lore, its races, and how those relationships tend to conflict and contrast one another. There's if you're not someone who's a bit of a lore enthusiast, or someone who doesn't really enjoy a whole lot of lore, then this particular entry in the series might be a little too slow for you. But definitely the second and third games are certainly more fast-paced, and they don't put that much time into trying to focus on developing the races as well as its characters, because by that point you should already know a little thing or two about both the races and the characters that make up those races. So yeah, Mass Effect 1 is a great starter for getting you informed and adjusted to the universe of Mass Effect. Mass Effect 2 is a great way to make you feel like, oh wow, this is actually great. This is good gameplay. This is got all kinds of good shit going on, and the story's far better in that game than in this one. This one, again, is more interested in setting up the stakes. So the second game is where it really starts to hammer home the direction and the significance of what we're trying to do. And I cannot wait to get to that either. But for now, we get to enjoy just finding all of the necessary pieces, the characters, and discovering the truth behind what it is that's leading up to the events of future installments. And boy, is it a doozy.
I can't believe the Council ignored all the evidence against Saren.
Saren's one of their best operatives. It's only natural they take his word over ours.
Oh, so now we just chase leads while this smug Turian runs around with his Geth troopers.
That's politics, Chief.
I hate politics.
Doesn't everyone?
Please do not disturb the keepers.
I've told you before, you're not allowed in here.
This one believes it has the right to move freely through this area.
You're creating a public disturbance. It's against Citadel regulations. That Hanar refuses to listen to reason. Why can't it act in an orderly and lawful manner?
Because it's a big, stupid jellyfish.
How can I convince my superior that I deserve a promotion if I cannot convince this annoying jelly to leave? I am not unreasonable. The Hanar is free to spew its nonsense once it purchases an evangelical permit.
That right there was the meme. Whenever the people talk about how ridiculous the Renegade Shepherd is, that is the moment that they refer to. That is the moment that they point and look at right there. That ultimately sums up the ridiculous nature of Renegade Shepherd. Just like, what's the problem here? And it's just, and our response to the problem is just like, you're just a big stupid jellyfish. Or literally punch it in the face, or shoot it till it's dead. That's literally the only resolution. And it's sometimes both equal parts funny and sometimes even devastating. Especially when it involves mainstay characters of the franchise. It's like, oof. But man, is it sometimes just kind of liberating to just say fuck everything and just go ape shit? Just literally for no reason. That's kind of one of the more alluring aspects of the Renegade Shepherd. But most of the time, people never commit to a full Renegade Shepherd because most of the times it equal parts doesn't make sense, and also it has a tendency to break game continuity in terms of good continuity, like, you know, seeing characters from previous games make it into other entries.
So if the Hanar gets a permit, it's allowed to preach?
No. Registered evangelicals must follow regulations. There are specific areas where preaching is legal. Failure to follow the regulations results in the forfeiture of the license.
Why don't you just arrest the Hanar?
I could arrest the jelly, but my superior has requested that I find a solution that does not anger the Hanar. The Hanar become vocal when they feel their religious beliefs are being suppressed.
If you can't solve this problem, you don't even deserve to be in C-Sec.
I didn't ask for your help, human. I can deal with this myself.
Do you desire to learn of the Enkindlers? Or has the Honorable C-Sec officer enlisted assistance?
Are you allowed to preach here in the Presidium?
The words this unworthy one speaks are merely observations of the truth. The C-Sec officer requests that this one purchase an evangelical permit to spread the truth of the Enkindlers.
Who are the Enkindlers?
Your people know them as the Protheans. They are the true creators of this one's people. The Enkindlers raised the Hanar from ignorance into consciousness by granting this one's people the gift of speech.
If that's all the CSEC officer wants, why not just buy the permit?
The truth of the Enkindlers is universal. This one humbly believes that the truth should not be suppressed. Exacting payment as a means of imposing limits upon the truth is an abrogation of this one's religious freedom.
See, this is the problem when it comes to bullshit like this, because you're just applying your own religious standards on a universal standard that's supposed to affect everyone, alright? This is one of the main problems with any of this kind of nonsense, alright? If it's established unilaterally that you need to purchase an evangelical permit to preach, then goddamn it, you will purchase an evangelical permit to preach. Because that is what everyone's agreed upon, including your own race. Otherwise, why don't you hear more Hanar bitching and raving about how their speech is repressed because they cannot preach about the Enkindlers more openly? This is literally the only time in the entire game where a Hanar complains about not being able to preach in a public setting. And it's so dumb, because if you take any amount of time to think about this, all this really is just one Hanar being literally fucking annoying for absolutely no reason about not wanting to get an evangelical permit simply because it doesn't want to buy an evangelical permit. That's literally what this is. It doesn't matter how you boil this down. If it says that you must buy an evangelical permit, you will buy an evangelical permit. Alright? There are no exceptions the last time I checked, and from the sounds of it, there are no exceptions, so purchase the goddamn thing already. You gotta love it when people think that they're the exception to any rule simply because they have a culturally significant reason for doing so. You see, this is how problems get complicated. This is how bullshit tends to exist. And and this is why everyone has to ruin everything. This is why we can't have nice things, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we can't have nice things. Anyways, moving on. On one hand, I do agree with the fucking Hanar. I think it's weird that there is a permit for spreading religious doctrine or wanting to initiate or really just spread the word awareness of your religion, but there's nothing wrong with that. If the law says that this thing needs to be handled in this way, then you're gonna fucking do it. Alright? The Presidium and the Citadel isn't just for the fucking Hanar, it's for fucking everyone. And I think I speak on behalf of most people when I say that when you take your own bullshit and just run with it, ignoring any possible context or reason that... Okay, now I'm just getting beside the point. Point being is that this entire situation is ridiculous. Alright? Imposing your own sort of bullshit cultural significance and understandings of your own religion, race, and people onto other people simply because you can and because you feel like it's necessary for you to do so is not a justifiable excuse to literally bother people. Alright? I mean, by the context of this situation, it'd be like if I decided to go run around shouting at the top of my lungs or in people's ears. I mean, most people would find that annoying, and that would be considered a form of literally disturbing the peace, but because it's a culturally significant thing for me to do so, because it's a part of my culture, I should somehow be excused from getting any sort of legal reprehension or any sort of repercussions for my actions? No, that's bullshit. Alright? And everyone knows it. Nobody wants to have their eardrums damaged because someone says it's culturally significant for them to literally yell in people's ears. It's the same level of ridiculousness, but it's not necessarily that harmful. It's just dumb, alright? The dumb levels here is just enormous. Anyways, let's just get through this. You're breaking the law.
The CSEC officer is just doing his job. You're causing trouble.
This one is too humble to suggest that the CSEC officer is personally biased. This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
Oh boy. I can't even use any of my renegade or... Alright.
What if I purchase the evangelical permit for you?
Finances are only a partial limitation. This one does not believe that one should pay in order to speak the truth. However, this one also does not possess the 150 credits necessary to purchase the permit.
Jesus fucking Christ. You see what I mean?
I knew it. You're not just evangelizing, you're panhandling.
This one desires no charity. It only desires to spread the truth of the Enkindlers.
Oh, so if you had the 150 credits, you fucking do it?
I'll be back.
This one will continue to spread its message.
Even if this, I guarantee you, because I know how how this kind of situation usually goes. Even if the fucking thing did have 150 credits, it wouldn't do it anyways, because it just say that, oh well, I shouldn't have to do it, like it's been saying. Even worse off, it's just going to be stupid, and it's gonna be lazy about it. It's just gonna be like, well, even though I could just go purchase the ticket right now because you handed me the credits and everything, I'm not going to do so because now I feel like I have an obligation and a right to do to stand against it. And it's just like, stop being
Proponents
stupid.
of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
Do you really think we'll find him down here?
He always stops in for a few games of Quasar before he makes his drop.
Fist is gonna be pissed if we take down his supplier.
That's the point. We want him.
There's a keeper. At least I get experience and credits for doing this, and it increases the more I do it.
A Solarian excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
But yes, the political mindfuckery of Mass Effect is, by and large, probably one of... If you're someone who doesn't mind politics, it could be one of the best parts or one of the worst aspects of this game. I mean, if you really wanted to know what it's what playing this game's politics is like, go watch the prequel Star Wars movies. It's actually a good representation of it.
I'm Emily Wong. I'm an investigative journalist working here on the Citadel. Could I have a moment of your time?
I don't have time to give interviews, Ms. Wong.
I don't want an interview. I'm looking for information. I've been hunting for evidence of corruption and organized crime on the Citadel, but there are places I can't go. I was hoping you might share anything you find during your own investigation. I can make it worth your time.
You've got to have access to better sources. Why contact me?
I'm using every source I can find, but I think I've got a better shot with you. I read about the siege of Torfin, sending your men to their deaths, shooting slavers as they tried to surrender. I need someone who isn't afraid to get their hands dirty. Someone who'll do what needs to be done. That's you.
How do you know I'm investigating anything here on the Citadel?
I'm a good journalist, Commander Shephard. Word gets around.
No promises. But if I find anything relating to your case, I'll inform you.
Thank you, Commander. You won't regret it.
The only time I will ever bend the rule a bit is when it comes to side quests.
I don't think you bought this here. I don't sell this mod.
Look, I know it was you. I remember your face.
Best place on this ward to buy upgrades.
Aye.
Hello, Earth Clan. No doubt you've just come
Show me
back.
what you've got.
Most excellent.
There we go. Another license.
Welcome back, Earth Clan.
What colonies are you talking about?
Oh, my mistake, Earth Clan. I assumed... It doesn't matter. Pharaohs? Novaria? Well, if you haven't heard of them yet, I'm sure you will soon. But it doesn't matter where you hail from. My goods are available to all.
I think I'll be going.
As you say, Earth Clan. Good day to you.
Is that really... Wow! It's you!
Oh boy. This is gonna be interesting.
You're Commander Shephard, the hero of Eden Prime. I am so honored to meet you.
Do I know you?
No, I'm just a fan. One of your biggest fans, actually. My name is Conrad. Conrad Werner. They say you killed more than 100 Geth on Eden Prime.
I don't have time for this, Conrad. I'm not here to be a role model.
Oh, I see how it is. Commander Shephard doesn't have time for the little people. Far be it for me to get in your way. You go be a hero.
Sorry, Conrad. This is why you never meet your heroes. They always end up disappointing you. Alrighty. Boy. We've almost reached that 3-hour mark. Oh boy. Let's go ahead and talk to Harkin before I fucking close this episode. That way we make at least some progress. Oh boy, this still saves him. Oh. Oh my god, a little bit of combat right before I have to get home. I suppose I don't have to, but I do need to close the episode.
Those were Saren's men.
Perimeter secured.
Oh boy, so Saren's pretty much aware.
Back off, Rex. Fist told us to take you down if you showed up. What are you waiting for? I'm standing right here. This is Fist's only chance. If he's smart, he'll take it. He's not coming out, Rex. End of story. This story is just beginning. Out of my way, humans. I have no quarrel with you.
What was that all about?
Who knows? Let's just try not to get caught in the middle.
Alright. Harkin.
Alliance military. I could have been a Marine, you know.
Instead, I joined the goddamn Citadel security. Biggest mistake of my life.
I'm looking for a C-Sec officer, a Turian named Garrus.
Garrus? You must be one of Captain Anderson's crew. Poor bastard, still trying to bring Saren down, huh? I know where Garrus is, but you gotta tell me something first. Did the captain let you in on his big secret?
Just tell me where Garrus is before this gets ugly.
But it's all related, don't you see? The captain used to be a Spectre. Didn't know that, did you? It was all very hush-hush. The first human ever given that honor, and then he blew it. Screwed up his mission so bad they kicked him out. Of course, he blames Saren. Says the Turians set him up.
That's so. That's interesting information there, Harkin. But it's not what I came here to hear.
Why should I believe a drunk like you?
Fine, ask Anderson. I bet he tells you. He's too stupid and proud to lie right to your face.
You said they covered all this up. How'd you hear about it?
I spent 20 years working cases here on the Citadel. People on this station love to talk. Secrets are like herpes. If you got them, you might as well spread them around.
God, that line. Fucking disgusting. Quit wasting my time.
One more chance. Tell me where Garrus is. Now.
Okay, settle down. He went to speak to Dr. Michelle, over in the med clinic on the other side of the wards.
What do you know about Garrus?
Damn hothead is what he is. Still figures he can save the world. Always bucking heads with the Executor. He'll pay for it soon enough. The Executor loves to put us lowly field agents in our place. Just look what happened to me.
You need to look in a mirror. Sober up and take some responsibility for yourself.
Save your sermons. This ain't no church.
What's it like working for C-Sec?
You mean, what was it like? The Executor suspended me without pay. Recurring violations. C-Sec was keeping a file on me. Can you believe that? Every mistake I ever made went into the books. Get a little rough with a suspect, note in the file. Have a couple of drinks on duty, note in the file. Skim a couple of credits off a drug bust, note in the file. It's a goddamn witch hunt.
You got off easy, if you ask me.
What the hell do you know? Working for C-Sec isn't like being a Marine. People get pissed off if we shoot somebody. Investigations, inquiries, rules, regulations. Every day I plow through enough red tape to choke a rhino. That's how you gotta be to do this job. So don't talk to me about right and wrong. You soldiers got it easy.
You need to look in a mirror. Sober up and take some responsibility.
Save your sermons. This ain't no church.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, good. Go. Let me drink in peace.
Man, he's a real piece of work. All right. So.
Captain Anderson tell us he used to be a Spectre.
Maybe it's not true. Harkin's an ass. Bet he's just messing with our heads.
You're probably right. Still, I'd like to hear what the captain has to say about all this.
Indeed. All right. With that said, I think I shall wrap this up for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and see you next time in the next video.